Here, question 7 in January 2019 in Wbi14, the graph shows the percentage of Earth's surface area occupied by marine, terrestrial, and freshwater ecosystems. An ecosystem consists of communities of organisms living in a particular habitat. Anyways, here we have that a calculation question. It's to calculate the total number of Earth's surface occupied by terrestrial ecosystems. Here, the trick is that you just add the sum and you don't calculate the percentage, since the axis is already in percentage, so you just add them. So it's all of these numbers added, and then you put their sum in the blank answer. The table below shows information about the net primary productivity of some of these ecosystems. Calculate the percentage increase in NPP of the estuary compared to the open ocean. So estuary, open ocean, and we are comparing the NPP, not the Earth NPP. It's going to be percentage increase, so this is the final and this is the initial. The final must be greater than the initial. And we know that percentage change is final minus initial over initial times 100. So the percentage increase in this case is going to be 1,500 minus 125 over 125 times 100. And it's going to be 1,100%, and that's normal. Since 1,500 is greater than the double of 125. Using the information in the graph. Using information in the graph usually indicates that you must form a conclusion, and you need data manipulation or data coding. You usually data manipulate in the tables. Coding is in and also manipulation can be in graphs too. However, data coding is in graphs, especially if there is optimum or peak or level off. Here, explain. So you need to explain your conclusion using maybe logic or some of the direct info you know from the syllabus. It depends on the question. Here in this question, you use logic as well as, the information in the graph and the table. So you need to use both. So the difference between the percentage of Earth's NPP of open ocean and estuary ecosystems. Be careful that he said percentage of Earth's NPP. So it's going to be the open ocean has higher percentage of the Earth's NPP and than the estuary. You can also say higher by how much? It's a higher percentage than the estuary by the difference. Uh, 23.2%. Why? Let's see right now the graph and check the open ocean and the estuary. I'm going to see that percentage of Earth's surface area covered in open ocean is greater than the estuary, which is 0.3. So this is because ocean covers a larger Earth surface area than the estuary. You can also say by the difference between them, which is, oh Lord, it's huge. Then the next question is, why the MPP of extreme desert rock and sand and ice ecosystem is too low? The MPP, we must remember whenever, anyways, like MPP or GPP, you must remember that the formula is MPP equal to GPP minus respiration. Okay? Okay. So for the MPP to be low, the GPP needs to be low, and the respiration may be high, but this is something we're not sure about. If we found it consistent with our ecosystems, then we're going to write it. Something that is common between desert, rocks, sand, and ice ecosystem is that they have less organisms, less living organisms, so respiration to be high is not the case in here. So we will say that the GPP is low. And due to the following reasons, that can be due to the environmental conditions, temperature, and rainfall. So we'll say that there are extreme temperatures in general in these ecosystems. Why was that extreme temperature? We said extreme temperature because desert has hot and ice had cold or cool temperatures. If you want to say both, or like you want to say that deserts have very high temperatures and ice have cooler temperatures, you can say. However, I made it just shorter by saying there are extreme temperatures in these ecosystems in general. Then you can also say something and about the temperature, about how are they extreme, or what they affect in the ecosystem, which is basically the enzymes. Temperature affects enzymes, and enzymes that are present in the plants. Because of that, they make GPP low. GPP is gross primary productivity, which is related to photosynthesis a bit. So any point, you must relate it to the plants living in these ecosystems. So the high temperatures would denature the enzymes. What about other factors in these ecosystems that can be extreme or low or high whatsoever? There is another factor like a lack of water. A lack of water is like affecting plants, causing lack of photolysis. So like this, you've covered nearly all the marks in your marking scheme. You've covered even like 4 marks, not 3. Using the information in the table, how the gross primary productivity of the swamp and marsh ecosystem would differ from the MPP. Without using the table, even, this phrase, it's useless, because if you've studied the formula that I've just told you about, that MPP equals GPP minus R, and you know a bit of math, you're going to know that GPP is obviously greater than MPP in whatsoever ecosystem. It doesn't matter. So you just say that GPP is greater than MPP. Write it in words, obviously. And then how this, why there is a difference between them. This is because MPP equal to GPP minus R. You can say also that MPP is the energy available for the next trophic level, which is remaining after respiration. Okay.